Hello Chipmunk and Chipette fans, my name is Grandy Tamayas, and today marks the 37th anniversary of the very first theatrical Alvin and the Chipmunks film, The Chipmunk Adventure. I've been making annual videos themed around this film for a couple of years now, but this one's going to be a bit different. It's not an elaboration video, and I wanted to do something bigger, but I just haven't had the time lately due to work and my college graduation, as well as two other reasons I'll mention later. Now, in the first year of this channel, I made a video where I showed off some of the Alvin and the Chipmunks merchandise that I own. I have gotten requests to do a follow-up video to it, but to be frank, the collection hasn't really grown much since then, but what little I did get was very significant. A few years back, I became the proud owner of one of the original animation cells from the Chipmunk Adventure. For a time, this was the crown jewel of my collection. And yes, I said was. Because something came along and said, hold my beer. A little over a month ago, I received a comment from one of my viewers saying that the Chipmunk Adventure script had gone up for sale on eBay. There was no link provided, but it did get me curious. And at the time I checked my phone and saw this comment, I was outside on my front porch watching an eclipse. You can see a very faint ring there. After that was done, I checked eBay and found the listing for the script. I had my doubts at first, but it started looking too promising for me to ignore. Eventually, my impulses became too much for me to resist, and I splurged $300 on it. I swear, the ghost of Ross Bagdasarian Sr. must have been possessing me at the time, since he splurged $200 on the special tape recorder that he used to start Alvin and the Chipmunks in the first place. How poetic. But still, $300! Don't say I don't do anything for you guys. So 3 days later, the script came in, and I recorded my reaction. So here's the script for the Chipmunk Adventure. Just got it out of the package, but, well, I haven't, opened it out of its bubble wrap yet, because I'm really nervous, because this is, the holy grail. But, yeah, now, finally have it. I am 99.99% sure that this is the real thing. So, well, yeah, once I get to opening it, I'll scan it and give you all its secrets. Okay, so I just showed the script to my mom a few minutes ago, and she actually got to open up the package before I did. So, yeah, time to take it back out again and finally see what this is all about. Okay. Yeah. Front page has plastic wrap, and yeah, here's the first page. There's a calculator part, because in the movie, there was no calculator mentioned during the very opening scene. Me, Alvin, we've been over this a million times. But yeah, all that. This is just the start. Let's see where it goes from here. So, I rushed to scan the script with my iPhone and sent it out to some of my friends in the Chipmunk fandom. I didn't even get a chance to read it myself at first because I was having a panic attack from the fact that I just made one of, if not the most important discovery of the Alvin and the Chipmunks fandom in a long time. Like I said, I also showed this to my mom, and I don't think she understood just how big of a deal this was. Imagine if this was a lost draft of the script for Star Wars. Even if you've seen the movie casually, you should know just how valuable a script like that would be. Granted, the Chipmunk Adventure didn't have the cultural impact that Star Wars did, but still, for a fan base, that would be like striking gold. So yeah, $300 well spent. And that gravity to this situation is another reason I held off from making this a bigger video. I knew the anniversary was coming up, and I wanted the script to be the focus of it, but I didn't know where to begin talking about its contents. It's a pretty daunting task, so I thought I'd just give you all my story and release the script to you guys. I would like to go over its similarities and differences to the final cut of the movie at a later date, but for now, I will say that this script is the motherlode. Without going into too much detail for the sake of time, this draft does follow the broad strokes of the final cut, but with some additional scenes, altered dialogue, some locations switched around, expanded rules for certain characters, and other little quirks. Like the calculator bit I showed in my reaction clip earlier. In fact, a lot of the scenes seem to match up with the concept art that was featured on the 2006 DVD release of the film. The infamous Russia scene is present too, and it's going to be really awkward to talk about that nowadays because of reasons. Claudia's dog Sophie is not in this draft at all, though I'm not going to explain why right now, as it's a little beyond the scope of this video. Overall, the script is, and I'm putting this generously,
it's a bunch of crap.
It's littered with spelling errors, and it breaks multiple rules of screenwriting. In an elaboration video I did a while back, I said how I didn't consider Janice Carmen, and in this case Ross Bagdasarian Jr. too, as good writers. From watching the CGI series, that was easy to tell, especially in the later seasons. But seeing an actual script written by them, that take age like wine and this like milk. Granted, it's not like the final cut of The Chipmunk Adventure is flawless, even though that's not to say I didn't enjoy the movie. This script just made me realize that the story of The Chipmunk Adventure isn't really a story, with actual themes and lessons to teach the audience or for the characters to learn. Say what you want about Shipwrecked, that film at least had themes of growth and responsibility, like I discussed in my previous elaboration. Same with the Meat Monster films with acceptance and overcoming fears. Maybe I've been calling The Chipmunk Adventure the best Alvin and the Chipmunks film because it is the original, but there are redeeming qualities. The music, the animation, the quirky character dynamics, but I won't deny that it could have been something more. In fact, there are a few ideas from the script that I actually like and wish the film had kept in, or maybe a future reboot could draw influence from this draft for some deep-cut references. This revision of the script was dated April 4th, 1985, and I assume the November 6th, 1984 date above that was either the start or completion of the first draft. Meaning there's at least one other version of the script that predates this one, and who knows how many after. Heck, even the final version might have differences. I hope more discoveries like this can be made in the future. I'm just surprised that I ended up making this one, considering what I said in one of my previous Chipmunk Adventure videos. Actually, you know what we definitely need? The original script for this movie. Come on, the film is 35 years old now, and there's nothing to hide. But this is Bagdasarian we're talking about. They keep withholding things longer than they should, even things that they could make money off of. But seriously, what's the harm? Plenty of newer films have their scripts dumped online all the time. We could finally know if the hurricane scene was real, and the Russia scene, or anything that lines up with the concept art. And that's all I have to say about that. As of the day this video is set to be uploaded, I will be on my way to one of the locations that the Chipmunks visited, Peru. So expect that to be the subject of my next video, like I did for Mexico a couple months ago. In the meantime, feel free to read the script. I will link a folder below with the whole thing in 6 PDFs. I still have the script in my closet, so I might switch those out for higher quality scans eventually. Before I go, I also want to thank you all as I have just passed 2,000 subscribers. And, as of 8 days from this video's upload, will be my 5-year anniversary on YouTube. I'm super grateful to have all your guys' support. I never thought I'd have made it this far, but it's so great to know that I found an audience for what I do. I just enjoy explaining things that I really like, and I wouldn't be making my videos if I wasn't passionate. Even if I come off as negative at times, I still care about the movies and shows and such that I talk about because I think there's a lot of information to give. And it really means a lot to me when I have viewers who value that. Again, thank you so much. Anyway, feel free to let me know in the comments what you think of the Chipmunk Adventure script once you've read it. If you want to keep up with me outside of my videos, you can follow me on Twitter and or join my Discord server, both of which will be linked in the description below. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed, have a happy Chipmunk Adventure Day, and thank you for your time.